Coach Kevin here. Yeah, fine evening. Praise the Otto Shabbos is behind us for this here week, and we done started a whole new week. And Coach Kevin, you know I'm fooling everything. You understand that? Well, last week when I did your perm, yeah, it's supposed to got it out. It's supposed to be a Christmas perm, and I messed up. Anyway, I call Jesse Ventura, Ace Ventura, and you'll understand why it didn't make a whole lot of sense if it was supposed to have been Ace instead of Jesse. I tell you, these here things, it's like I said, you don't know if it's an F-35, a snippet of the hippopotamus, or if it's one of them Sasquatches. I'm not sure about any of that. Regardless. Okay, we're just going to get back to the perm. Now, what it was, I had this, come on, poor pussycat. I got to take him and Dr. Man for this week. He's squatting just every few footsies a day, squatting. And I assume he got him a little, not testicular situation, but the urethral, the duct. The duct. Anyway, I think he like, it brains. Anyway, I don't know what he was doing because he don't think about that kind of stuff no more. He is a nudie-cat. Anyway, let's get to the perm. I should do the 3 times, but I just need to sort of clear it a little bit. What we can do then say, they don't know how you sing, Coach Cap, is use the paid for voices, the ones that we pays for. Here we go now. It is right manly to be a man indeed, sniffing out the evil and living by a creed. Oh, Jesse Ventura, that is who we need, hunting down the predator while sucking on a weed. So you may be an ubermensch when you ain't got time to bleed. What if that's what Jesus, Yeshua, had said while he was hanging on that tree? Well, see, that's what Coach Cabbage would just say that's supposed to have been the Christmas perm. Cause, it seems like we lose our mind over some of this stuff. And, I've did some stuff about tradition, and, how tradition kills the word of Yah and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, it is right manly to be a man indeed, sniffing out the evil and living by a creed. And that's what we're supposed to do as responsible men. That's why Coach Cabbage got, I'm responsible because I got the 10 foil on the head, keeping out the CRT rays. Cause I think I hear them. One of these days they're going to pop out and I'm going to see them. You hear? You hear them. It's like little whirly birds carrying them ones and zeros from one side to the other. Anyway, and second verse is not like the first. Oh, Jesse Ventura. That's who we need. Hunting down the predator while you're sucking on a weed. Now, you remember, in the movie, I guess maybe I did not print it out here good enough, in the Predator movie. And that was a good movie. Coach Cabbage saw that, and boy, was it good. Anyway, Jesse Ventura, he was so tough that even when he got shot and he was bleeding, and his friends say, I don't know what his name was in the movie. But he said, you were bleeding. He said, I ain't got time to bleed. It's like, Coach Cabbage understands. Because one time I was on the job, and I had to drill. And it was one of them new battery-operated drills. And I was pushing, boom, right through the thumbnail, all the way through. And I was on the job, and all I could do was just wrap that sucker up and keep waiting. I did not have time to bleed. Anyway, that's just the way it goes sometimes. For men, being manly and being men, hell, you just wrap the sucker up and the leg is falling off. Tie it on. Here, I got some needle and thread. We'll stitch it up until we can go do something else. Anyway, he was hunting that predator, and he did not have time to bleed. Oh yeah, and so you may be an ubermensch, and he was right uber, and he's a mention, goober mention, uber mention. He's a mention of all the above. Anyway. Like the hitman. He has scattered the uber mensch when you ain't got time to bleed. That was it. He did not have time. And so what Coach Cabbage say? That is the heart of man. That's the way man thinks. Man has not got, we got our own thing going. We got our own thing going. Had to say it 3 times because I'm needing to get paid. I ain't making nothing. Need to get paid. And that's what it was. He may be an uber dimension, but thing is, we needed his salvation, and it required blood of the Lamb. And what if he'd have said, what if the Yahushua, the Jesus, would have been up there and said, you know what? Screw these hill suckers. I ain't going to bleed nothing for nobody, because I'm a uber goober of the whatever. You know, and he did not do that. He gave his blood to cover us out of his heart, out of the desire to do what's necessary to end the situation that we had here on the earth about the death of the human being. Anyway, and that's what Coach Kevin is trying to say, is praise Yah. The Yahushua, the Jesus, he was more than the uber mensch. He was all all that stuff and 10 million bags of potato chips. And the thing was, he bled it for us and died. And he rose again. And he's, praise Yah, he's coming back. Excuse me, I'm sorry. If it's going to have to go down, something's got to come up. It's nothing out of there squashes. Anyway, so that's what it is. It is right, manly, to be a man indeed, yes. You know, the Adam, the one there in the garden, he did not do his job. He did not do his job correctly, unless the whole idea was to let sin get out and, you know, and do the whole thing. But the thing was, he did not do his job. He was being right manly. But somehow, he let the Satan get in there and hang out. And anyway, we don't need no Jesse Ventura's, y'all rest his soul. He's an right interesting man and had a bunch of talent and stuff. He's a tough sucker. I guess I sort of waited for him to pass. I think he has. Anyway, before I even did this, mentioned his name. No. Anyway, Coach Kevin, thanks you. And be praying for your people. And it's just what's necessary. Cause if the Yahushua had said, I ain't got time to bleed, we just poop out of luck. You got what you got, sucker. Yeah. Praise you.